This video will teach you how to develop emotional control. If you clicked on this with the intention of wanting to become completely emotionless, then I'm afraid you've hit a dead end. It is impossible to not feel emotions because of the fact that we are humans. In other words, it's in our DNA and we have evolved this way for a reason. However, in some cases, emotions do in fact become a burden. Displaying too much of them can make you seem insecure to other people, and they can often get in the way of your goals and aspirations. Fortunately, there are ways to lessen the amount of control your emotions have on your demeanor. The emotions you experience influence the actions you take, and the actions you take influence the emotions you feel. Because of this two-way dynamic, if we change the things we do, we can change the way we feel. So, do you want to know what the most effective and fastest way to train your emotional control? The secret is a term I call delayed reactiveness. Moments where you can practice this skill will come up randomly hundreds of times during your day. In essence, the way to develop emotional control is to delay your reactions to circumstances that come up in your day-to-day life. For example, let's say you're sitting at a restaurant, and behind you, a waiter drops a plate, resulting in a loud bang. What a person with a weak emotional frame would do is jump out of their seat, scream, and frantically search for what that noise was behind them. Instead, try to consciously delay your reaction to the loud noise. Take a second to try to analyze what it could have been. You're in a restaurant, and you heard glass break, so you know that someone must have dropped something behind you. Now, since you took that extra second to analyze what you think could have happened, you don't have to react. You can stay calm and collected and carry on with whatever you were doing before. This will take practice because it goes against our natural human instinct to react impulsively whenever we feel there might be a threat. Obviously, if there is a real threat, like someone running at you with a knife, do not practice this concept of delayed reactiveness. You can use this technique in social situations as well. Let's say you're working on a project with a few other people, a written report to be more specific. One day during your lunch break, one of your colleagues runs up to you and says that the file for the report has been deleted for some reason. Now, you could do what 99% of people would do, which is to start overreacting and immediately stressing about the situation. Or you could remember the concept of delayed reactiveness and take a second to process what you have just been told. The file is not there anymore. Maybe someone accidentally deleted it, maybe it got corrupted. If it was accidentally deleted, then there's usually a recently deleted place in all software. That means your next step would be to check that place. And then you've done it. You've successfully not overreacted to a stressful situation, and in turn, prove that you are a confident and capable individual. As I mentioned previously, the actions you take can change the emotions you feel, and that is directly demonstrated in the examples I gave. In conclusion, if you consciously practice controlling yourself to not react immediately to a stressful situation, you will in turn develop more emotional control. This will take time, so don't get discouraged if you can't do it in the first couple of tries. You'll have hundreds of times during the day where you can practice. Even something as simple as someone calling your name from behind, instead of jerking your head back immediately and seeing who it is, you can take a second to try to figure out who it actually is before slowly turning around. Or, if your phone starts ringing, instead of frantically trying to answer who's calling you as fast as possible, you can take a second to acknowledge the phone call. Think to yourself, someone's calling me, I wonder who it could be, and then take out your phone. Doing these things may seem insignificant, but trust me, they are in fact training your emotional control. Imagine some time in the future where you're talking with someone one-on-one, and that someone is trying to completely sabotage your life. But you've trained your delayed reactiveness so much that you aren't even fazed by his mere words. In fact, it's even funny that he's trying to manipulate you. You can see right through his act since you've trained yourself to analyze situations deeper instead of immediately reacting. With enough practice, you too can get to this point. The point where your emotional frame is so strong that you can see right through anyone trying to deceive you. If you're interested, you can message me on Discord about pricing for a one-on-one private coaching call, where we can have an open discussion and you can ask me for advice on anything you've been struggling with. I'll also give you a personalized daily routine to fix your life and become the most disciplined you've ever been. The link to the Discord server will be in the description. If you enjoy my content or like me even just a little bit, consider subscribing. As always, I'm Levi, and thank you for listening.